I have a confession.
Tell me.
Okay, so as you know, I've been on this long journey to discover myself and who I am as a business owner.
Yeah.
But I had a realization this week as I was listening to yet another Facebook ads training. Nobody really knows what they're doing, like at all. Like
no, they're faking.
Yeah. And the people who say that they know what they're doing, what they do have is just like more data. They've been doing it for longer, or maybe they've seen like more Facebook ad accounts. And that's why they're quote unquote experts. But like anybody who tells you they have the secret sauce is full of lies. They sit on a throne of lies.
That's not true. We have the secret sauce.
We do have the secret sauce. But we also, right, we say, hey, we're figuring it out and like come along on the ride with us. I've been duped by more than enough people who are like, do it my way and this is the only way and it's guaranteed to like make $1 million. And I just no. So I had that realization this week, even though if you're like, wait, I've been listening to your podcast and like you've been telling us that, I know, but like I hear it. And also, I mean, I think that's definitely the spirit of this show too, is that we've been saying all along, this is what worked for us. You should figure out what works for you. And really, it's just about blazing your own path. And I wish I could remember offhand. Someone in this membership group I'm in said something like, entrepreneur just means like never give up. That's it. That you never give up and you try enough stuff and you throw enough stuff at the wall, and some stuff is going to be awesome and other stuff is going to suck terribly. And you just like keep going with the good, drop what sucks, and like just keep showing up. So
it's absolutely true. I had a conversation with somebody recently where they're like, so can you give us examples of the things that you want us to like replicate? You want to be like, and I was like, I don't actually have any. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, no, I want to be like me. And I don't actually have anything. So I set trends. I make them. I don't follow them.
Yeah.
And it's the truth.
We've been friends for a super long time and I've heard you say that and I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Yeah, me too. Huh? And then like not really having an idea of what that means. And I guess I'm way more sure of it. And like, that's my confession. And I know you're like, oh my God, but Mercury's in retrograde and Saturn's in retrograde and the whole world is in retrograde. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like really good for the first time in a long time, which I'm like, does that mean the world is ending?
No, I don't know. That's what it's supposed to be about. Retrograde is not a bad thing. It just feels that way for many because it tears it apart and builds it back up.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. So after 2020, we're like, retrograde, take a hike, whatever. Jump off a bridge. We don't even care. Bring on your blood moon and your eclipses. We lived through 2020, whatever.
It's so true. But I guess, what I was journaling about this morning was how for so long, and maybe you identify with this as well, that the driving force for my business was like desperation. I just wanted to like desperately get that next client and desperately hit that income goal and like desperately be like, have made it, quote unquote, and like whatever that meant. And I realized that was hogwash and bullshit. And then finally it was like, oh no, like this is my own path and this can be what I want to be. And like you're saying, I'm not in competition with anybody because I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just trying to be me. I can see what they're doing, but that's a cool idea. Let me see if that fits with like, if that works in my style and what I'm doing, but like, I'm not trying to be anybody else. And having that desperation removed, like having like, I don't want to say like overcome it, but like realized it and then been like, okay, cool, I don't need this anymore. Not having it is almost more disconcerting than having it because I'm so used to it, Right.
That safety net of it.
Yeah.
This is that actually could have been the start of this podcast completely if we weren't talking about something different, because that's a very powerful It's a very, very powerful thing. I know that so many listeners here, Alex and I have had many conversations where she's like, but this is how everyone's doing it. And I'll be like, but that's not how I do it. I'm not going to do it that way. And she's like, no, but this is what works. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. That's not what I do. And it's actually, guys, it's really hard to step forward and understand that I have years of experience. And also I'm from a generation where nobody told us how to do it.
Right.
So nobody was like, watch these things and do this stuff because that's how it works. They were just kind of like, good luck to you. Happy journeys. And so if you are out there and you're thinking to yourself, but I want to try it this way, and other people are like, that's not how you do it.
Do it anyways.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Understand that the people who are poo-pooing you, they don't fucking know either.
No.
They don't know. You don't know until it's called pioneering. It's called pioneering. Until somebody was the first person to do it and either fail or succeed, no one knew.
No. And even the people, I'll leave it at this. There's a woman on the internet right now. Her name is Rachel K. Albers. You could look her up on Instagram if like you're kind of like thinking about how people are doing other stuff, or like at least she's burning down the online marketing industry.
Fake and these people are lying.
Yes. And and it's just been like so illuminating to exactly those conversations you were talking about that we had, where I was like, no, this is the way you do it. When really I had just been brainwashed into believing if you do it that way, that, at the end of that rainbow is millions of dollars and like the fancy jet and like Marie Forleo's hair. And it's like, no, it's not how it works. It's just not how it works.
Well, that's because you just didn't grow up in a time where you already knew. You didn't grow up in Gen X land where we already knew everything what we were told were lies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a lie. It's all a lie. Everything's a lie. So you're just learning that now. So guys, it's going to be fine. And try your own way, march your own drummer, and you're probably going to be okay regardless. It is scarier. It is super scarier, but you're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Oh my gosh. How are you feeling free? Are you feeling free right now?
Well, I've been sitting with this for like the last couple days. And so like I journaled about it this morning. I have therapy this evening. So yeah, I'm like metabolizing it. And
this is good. I'm proud of you and everyone else who might be on the same path and, is kind of stepping into their own, because it is hard marching to your own drummer and doing things on your own. It is. It's different. And sometimes you can feel very alone. So it's all right. Okay, guys.
And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
And you're here.
That's why we're here to talk about all those things. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Sybil Solon. I'm an esthetician and spa owner.
And hi, I'm Alex Ellis. I'm a body nerd and wellness expert, and we are business besties.
And bosses. Running your own business, it's hard.
But we're terrible employees, so we're figuring it out.
I've already figured it all out. But we promise to share everything we know about what it takes to make six figures and beyond.
And be brutally honest about what works and what totally sucks.
I'll be honest, a bunch of it totally sucks. But let's get started.
Every time. I just crack up at that. Welcome back to Skinfessional. On today's show, we are talking about taking care of the unsung people who are actually critical to your business.
And how even if you're small, acting big gets you free things.
I mean, isn't that what it's all about? I mean, and here's another confession. That should have been my confession, but I just went straight to the heart. I started vlogging on YouTube because I saw this farmer girl doing it and she's getting a ton of free stuff and I want free stuff too. So I just started a vlog. And I guess the key is you need to put your P.O. box down in the description and then people will send me stuff. So,
hot tip, guys, put your P.O. box in the description. Free things will appear just in your P.O. box.
She has her sizes in there too. And I was like, at first I was like, wow, that's really forward. But also I was like, dang, that's genius. That's doing it like no one else is doing it.
You heard it here. I didn't know. I wouldn't have done that. So now we know. You're like, and my shoe size is, and I like this color underwear. Thank you.
I mean, you will get it. I have someone who's been asking multiple times for a in-foot demo of a massage sandal that I talked about. They're like, but can you put it on? And I'm like, yeah, I could. I'm not going to, but I could.
Oh, yes. In slow motion.
Just super zoom in on the, oh my gosh. People will pay for anything. But anyways, that's what we're talking about today. Today we were talking literally about the people who are truly critical to your business. And you and I were talking about this before the episode. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't been doing any of this stuff. So we're talking about sales reps, facilities managers, maintenance crews, anyone you have run-ins with on a regular basis, including people you share space with. These are the people who are, I mean, even if they're not like in your business, are technically a part of your business.
Yeah. So one of the things that I like talk to people about is I'm like, hey, how do you treat especially your sales reps? And people are like, what? I don't even know their names. And I always like, this always like kind of stresses me out because sales reps they're kind of like the unsung heroes of what we do for a living. If you think about a good sales rep, now mind you, a bunch of us have had very bad sales reps. It's true, but sometimes we just haven't given them the opportunity to shine. And if you think about what a sales rep's job is, it's to help promote your business, to help you do a better job, to sell your product. And they make money when you do sell your product. So they want you to be successful. And helping you be successful, it helps them make money, right? It's the give and take of that street. They are the HR department of your job. If something goes wrong with what you're doing with your product, they're the person you should be able to call and be like, hi, I had a broken tube. I had a client who returned this because they had a reaction. I have a lost package. They should be able to help you. If they can't, well, then they're kind of bad at their gig, or you have a bad relationship.
You have what we call a relationship.
Yes, that is correct. So I generally know all of my reps' names. I have a good contact with them, and I send them presents, thank you cards when they come to visit me, which you know that they do. That's their job. I ask them if they like what kind of coffee they like, and I make sure it's sitting with there so that they have one. Instead of them bringing me gifts, I try to make sure I give them gifts. You know, if they've helped me, I send them little thank you cards saying like, hey, thanks so much. Just appreciate you. For COVID, when I knew that they were getting like a shot, I sent them like a little like care package. I checked up on them. Hey, you feeling okay on that second dose? That kind of thing. These are the important things that you do for the reps in your life. I've followed reps from product line to product line because I was like, I want to keep this rep. She's amazing. He's amazing.
How many reps do you have?
I currently have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of them are amazing. 2 of them I don't know at all. One of them I actively hate.
Oh no. Have you tried to get rid of them? Sorry, as I'm knocking stuff over here.
When you have a rep that you hate, like they're just not good at their gig. They're like actively bad. Sometimes you have a rep that's literally actively bad. I try to ignore them for a while because often they just go away.
Right. They'll quit, leave the company.
Yeah. Reps come and go. They're just like, what? I'm not good at my gig and I just am gone. Like in the wind. They're like car salesmen. They're just gone. This one's just like actively bad, like annoying, like seems to mess up my orders a lot. I just like, why do I have to send my orders through? What are you doing? It's a very, very small company and everything has to run through him. And mind you, it's a he. And I have another he and he's great. But this one, he's not good.
You know, when your eyebrow goes up like that, it is not good.
It is so bad. So I like to make sure that first of all, I address it to them first. I'm like, hi, these are the problems I'm having with you.
Right.
So I'm great with people. I'm like, these are the problems I'm having with you. Can you please, see if you can solve them? Then after that, I actually just call the company and I'm like, hi, I just want to let you know that I'm having trouble with my rep. Yeah. Because they need to know. They just need to know that there's a problem with my rep.
Right. Because there's probably other accounts they've lost or something like that.
Right. Exactly. I know my biggest story with one of my reps is I've been with Jane Iredale forever. And finally, I contacted Jane Iredale and was like, hey guys, in California, I've had like 7 reps in the space of like 18 months.
Oh,
and
wow.
like, this is unacceptable. I'm like, I don't even need reps that much, but like, this is unacceptable. And I need a little assistance. And they wound up getting me my favorite rep ever, to the degree when I was moved to a different rep, I actually cried and was sad. She's still my friend. I love her so much. But when they did move me on to a different rep, they did move me to a really nice rep, and I like her. I still like her. She's great. So complaining helps.
Right. Well, I think the thing too, especially about like sales reps, because, Anthony used to work at a company that had sales reps, and like you send them out into the field and they don't really know what's happening with them,
right?
If orders come in or whatever. And so you're almost doing, when it's done in a just like a kind way, you're like, not like this guy's an asshole. You're like, hey, I'm having some issues. Here's what's going on. Can you help me? That does help the company serve not just you, but all of the other clients better as well.
Right. And constructive, guys. Constructive criticism. Right. Just be like they're fucking asshole. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Not that constructive criticism. More like, so when I ask them about product knowledge, they don't seem to know what they're talking about.
Right.
They can't seem to get my orders correct. I'm finding it very frustrating. Frustrating is a good word I use when I'm talking about my sales reps, and they're not good at their job.
Yeah.
So
that's a
good.
fantastic word.
Frustrating.
Really frustrating. Well, and also, I guess for me, I just buy product directly from people, or I like go online or whatever, because I don't have a ton of reps. But when we were talking about this episode too, I realized that I have, there's one company that I do a lot of business with. I buy product to sell. I buy product to give to my clients, and I know about them because I follow them on social media. So I know that the owner just broke his legs on a skiing accident. Seriously, you know what the worst part was? I feel so awful. He was shoveling his driveway and made this really nice little bump and was like, I should ski over this, and then broke his legs on the fall.
No,
I know. So it's totally self-inflicted. And even he is just this was fucking stupid. And I'm so appreciative of them as well, because they've supported me in other ways. I didn't even send a get well card, and I feel like a jerk. I sent some DMs, but I think taking it into the tangible physical world means a lot. So one of the ways that we're going to talk to of other ways you can take care of them, but I will say what I'm committing to. We talked about some things, but you can even go on postable.com and send a card to someone, and it sends them a physical card. It's your words. It's printed in a handwritten script. My father-in-law legitimately thought it was my handwriting for years. And then that it's out and it's sent, and you didn't have to go get a stamp or go get a card or do anything like that.
Right. So, and this is a great example of something where when the person gets it, they might not know you from Adam. You might have not have hit their radar of somebody who they knew. They're like, who is this Alex Ellis chick? Right. He might know you as he knows your face, or he knows you as AE Wellness or whatever. But suddenly he's like, who is this person? He will look you up. He will then make a better connection mentally. And when you have interactions with him, he'll be like, I know you. You're that person who cared enough, who did this thing for me. Right?
Yeah, you become a real person.
You moved up the queue of caring.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this is something I try to do with first of all, anybody who comes into contact with me, who helps me, who does does something for me, does for me.
I know. I was like, oh my God, what kind of relationship you got over there? So,
and just supports what I do. So, I've done it for the maintenance group who handles my facility. I have a new facility right now. I have I'm at a new sublet. And I've made sure that even though I don't even see the person at the front desk really much, because she doesn't work Sundays and Mondays, I sometimes run into her on Saturdays. I made sure I introduced myself. I said hello. I told her my name. I found out what her favorite beverage is. So I'm like, hey, what's your favorite Starbucks order? And she was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah. And so it's a chai. When I'm there on a Saturday and she's there, because I get to check in early sometimes, I'll make sure I bring it. And she's like, oh my God. And those are the things that will help you. So if, let's say I lock my keys, which is a complete fear of mine, I lock myself out. I know that I can call her and be like, hi, I totally locked myself out. And she will do her utmost to get me in. Whereas somebody else would be like, that text, who cares? It's my day off.
Right. Well, and to also remember that a lot of these people, especially facilities manager or maintenance type people, they deal with people complaining all the time. And so if you can be that one person who's just like, hey, how are you? I got this nice thing for you, thinking about you, a Starbucks drink, $7 for a super expensive one, it's worth that cost to have a better relationship with somebody who is that important to literally bail you out if you need it.
Right. And it's just, and we've talked about before, just being human. These are the things you have brightened somebody's day, and they are in a thankless job. As Alex says, they get complaints. They mostly hear complaints all the time. 90% of their life is hearing complaints and trying to deal with those problem solutions of that. If you're the person where 90% of the time they hear, hey, you're great. I love you. Thank you for all the help that you do. And you inspire me. When you do have, hey, I have a problem, they're like, that's great. Whatever you want. I'm so happy to try to help you because you mostly are wonderful to me. And that is what you want to do. I mean, honestly, that's what I want to do for most of the people around me anyways, regardless. And Alex, you've been with me when I go to Vegas show, right? Yep. I know everyone.
Yeah, so true.
Everyone knows who I am. I know everyone. And the reason why is because I treat everyone like that. Everyone is important to me. And I talk to everyone. And I try to recognize everyone in that manner. Because you never know.
Yeah. And I would say, as someone who, I just think of two moments, like as your friend, to be on the receiving end of that. But it's true. Like if you can do that for other people as well. The two parts are when you sent me one of those care packages, and I was just like, I mean, it was food and just delicious stuff. And I was just like, oh my God. And I still have the card up and I look at it every time I walk out my door. And the second I remember when I called you and I got jalapeno in my eye. And just like the way are you okay? It's just like that caring, but it's true. It's like you want to have, that was so awful, that jalapeno. Oh my God. I'm like having PTSD, my eyes watering just thinking about it. Just like human first, letting people know that they matter and that you appreciate them and that you don't take them for granted and just like complain to them all the time. It's not hard. And I'm so grateful we're having this conversation because I feel like such an asshole for like not having sent cards. I'm like, this is low hanging fruit. I need to send them a card.
Right. So, this is going to be the longest episode ever, but because you could talk about this, but it's really like a short conversation about taking care of the people around you. Yeah. Maintenance crews are something that, people come in and you don't realize it, but a lot of times the maintenance crew who takes care of your facility or your building, they're actually the same people over and over again. So treating them well, learning their names is really important, like Miguel, Joseph, the people who come in and take care of your stuff over and over again. So it'd be like, hi, Miguel, even if they're not working on your stuff, you say hi to them. Hi, Miguel. Hi, Joseph. It's good to see you in the building. What are you working on today? How's your day? Just saying hello, because generally they walk around being ignored.
That's so true.
They're just like, they're not people. They're just crew. So I try to say hi. If I'm running to get lunch or something and I see that they're working all day, I'm like, I'm going to get lunch. Did you want anything? I can go pick it up for you. I'm happy to buy it for you, so you can have a lunch. Things like that.
It doesn't cost that much, and it makes such a big difference.
It really doesn't. And with crew who's helped you, beer at the end of the day makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
You want to win over a crew? Just get them beer.
It's so true.
What I've learned. Beer. End of the day.
It is so true. So true.
The other thing with reps, get them good presents. So don't give them crappy presents. So like for Christmas, I always send them a really nice gift. And when I say nice, I'm like, I get $50 to $100 depending on how good my rep is. Real good gifts. Like real nice.
Like not just gift card gifts.
No, like I try to really plan out a good gift. So it'll be like a really plush robe or, we have access to things like that other people don't. So like one year it was the set of sheets that I use on my spa bed. So everybody got a set of sheets. Another year I'd found, I was traveling and I bought everybody chocolates from Belgium. So everybody had really nice chocolates. Year before that, I sent chocolates out from my favorite chocolate shop. So everybody got like $100 worth of chocolate.
I remember, didn't someone like not pick them up and then we got to eat them?
No, sadly not. But this, things like that.
No, sadly not. Oh my gosh. I just saw another note that I wanted to touch upon and then I totally forgot what it was. Oh, but even, I guess just being a real human. I think that's definitely like the moral of this story of just be a nice person. I remember now at this point. You mentioned that when you have a relationship with them, that sometimes these sales reps get tickets or things to special events. Like, tell me more about that.
Yeah. So one of the things that happens is even though like I'm a very small business, like I'm a sole proprietor, often what will happen is they'll remember who you are. Your reps will remember who you are. And they'll get a ticket to something special. They'll be like, you get to invite one person to something, or they'll get like a special, they'll get a special invite and they're like, I'm going to invite you. Usually they'd go do like a giant spa or something, but they're like, I'm going to invite you. And I've been in events that I know that I'm the smallest person there. Like I'll be like to giant med spas and stuff. And I'm with, I'm at like Hawaii at some event and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. I don't make nearly the cash things that these people do. And the reason why is because of the way I treat my reps. And I know that sometimes I've had a maintenance crew person come in on like Easter, Christmas, 2 days I still work and fix something, even though it's a holiday because of the way I've treated them. So all important things to consider, to get things done.
Okay. I'm just What else do we have to touch upon this?
No, I'm telling you, this is going to be a much shorter episode, but like it's so important in my opinion. Like so important to think about how you treat the people around you. And I'm sure that there are people that you can think of that I haven't even, that you run into that I don't. Like I sublet with people. I treat them incredibly well. I make sure everything's clean and tidy. I try to put things back. I actually take pictures. So I move everything in the room. I take pictures of the room before I move everything. So I can put everything back exactly where it was.
It's because you're just a kind and conscientious person, and we should all
really try to be, because it's just thinking ahead. It's really important that you try to be understanding of people's needs.
So do you have like a favorite place that you source gifts from and snacks and or like stuff like that?
Think about whatever you would like. Honestly, that's what it is, whatever you would want. And then I do try to have conversations with people and be like, get out of them like what their favorite things are. And sometimes it literally is just me going, what is your favorite chocolate shop? Or what is your favorite thing? What do you wish that you had all the time? And they'll be like, what? I'm like, I'm just trying to find out more about you. Tell me what your favorite thing is. Because like one of my guys, he's a motorcyclist, and he's just like, oh, I love Harley stuff. And so whenever I'm traveling, I just pick him up. I literally just go to a Harley place wherever I'm traveling and pick him up a Harley something. Because, they're all the different like Harley things.
Yeah.
Different parts of the country.
It's like Starbucks, but for Harleys.
Yeah. And like, he thinks it's great. He's like, this is amazing. Harley from Kentucky, Harley from France.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And just the thought that I'm thinking about him makes me feel happy.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like so many great ideas on how to make people feel seen.
Yeah. And what a difference that's your primary purpose, is you just really want to do that. So I think we pretty much just have covered a bunch of it. And I know it's shorter, sweeter, but hopefully you take away a bunch of information.
Yeah, and we want to hear from you too of what types of stuff, like which camp do you fall in? Are you in the Sybil camp where you're like, yeah, I'm totally taking care of my people? Or are you in the Alex camp where you're like, oh my God, I need to go send so many cards right now?
We will soon be in the Sybil camp.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so great. So send us a DM. You can reach out on Instagram. You can leave comments below where you're watching this video. We are at Skinfessional. Sybil is at Your Skin Fitness Expert, and I am at Holla for Mala. Or you can leave us a voicemail on the Skinfessional box.
Yes, it's 818-473-5277. So everyone, until next week,
keep your secrets to yourself.
Unless you're telling us.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I expect to hear really good stories from everyone. All right. For real. Okay, bye.
Bye.